catch my breath. So what you saw, in actuality, was not Mr. OnGuard, the man, but Mr. OnGuard, the Nickel Samurai. This is just like the other case. But when you think about it, yeah, well, they're really one and the same anyway. No, they are not. This is a very important point we're talking about. Edgy Poo, do you think so too? Well, it might be something worth thinking about. Just say it's important and agree with me for a change. Witness, think carefully and try to remember as much as you can before you testify. Alright, if you insist. I should be the one sighing, not you. Who I saw, oh boy. It's just like in You've Got Mail when he has the subject line of his email is where I was. You know? On guard. Yes, now I remember. Now you remember. The Nickel Samurai. That's right. It was the Nickel Samurai that I saw. Yes, it would have been convenient for him to wear his costume during the murder. He had to go to that post-ceremony stage show right after the crime, you know? So he must have worn that Nickel Samurai costume when he was stabbing poor Juan. I knew it. Oh, I knew you'd say he was inside that costume. What? Did you think there could have been someone else inside that costume? Don't be a bad little boy thinking such rude things. But the possibility does exist. Ah, youngins today, I told you, there is no way it was anyone else. How do you know that? Because I said so. And what I say is the truth. Well. You may cross-examine, if you dare. Oh, boy. Okay, then. Now I remember the Nickel Samurai. That's right, it was the Nickel Samurai that I saw. Which Nickel Samurai? Be a little more careful with your testimony, please. Not too long ago, you said he was wearing his racing jacket, and now he's not? Not too long ago? Then let me ask you this. When you were itty-bitty, what was your grand dream? Huh? What did you want to be when you grew up, whippersnapper? My dream, huh? Well, I wanted to be Judge Wagner, hero of the public's court. So what? See? And I wanted to be Judge Judy. So where does that leave us? Well, what I said earlier? Who puts any weight into things like that? The now is everything. I can't be held responsible for the past. Since when did court become theatrics over testimonies? I don't know, man. When did it? Yes, it would have been convenient for him to wear his costume during the murder. Well, would it? I mean, let me think about this for a second. Blurb, blurb, blurb. He had to go to that post-ceremony stage show right after the crime, you know? So he must have worn that Nickel Samurai costume when he was stabbing poor Juan. When... Oh, man. You don't need to think too hard on this one. Huh? There's a contradiction in your testimony, and it's sitting in plain sight. The question is what that contradiction means for us. Well, I have to figure out what you're talking about first, but okay. Wait a second, does the costume have gloves on it? Hold on. Let me check this again. Well, he's definitely... Okay, I don't think he has claws. As a human being, like, there's definitely a... Okay, if he was in the costume, he wouldn't have left fingerprints on the knife then, right? That's gotta be it. Do it. Please take a look at this. Yeah, so with a knife, big deal. If you're trying to scare me with that, I'll have you know it won't work. No, that's not my intention at all. That's the knife that was used in the murder, correct? Nope, there's another knife in here. This place is full of them. If you look around, there's people chopping up onions all over this place. You don't even have to ask. It's because the defendant's fingerprints are on it. Oh, Is that what you're driving at? As a matter of fact, it is. What are we driving at? And whose car are we driving? If Mr. Ongard was really in the Nickel Samurai costume, then it's impossible for his fingerprints to have been left on this knife. Actually, he would have wiped all previous fingerprints in this knife right off. Whoosh. Okay, that's maybe a tad bit presumptuous, but yeah. He probably took his gloves off before he began the stabbing. Ugh. And why would he do something like that? To leave his prints on the murder weapon? He's not a total idiot, you know. However, there's one possibility. Then let's hear your possibility, close-up. It's very simple. The defendant went to the victim's room while in costume as the Nickel Samurai. At that time, the defendant had no intent to murder. He was probably just going to relax and talk with the victim about the stage show. Which is why he took his gloves off. Well, if that's the case, why did he bring the knife with him, then? It's well known that the defendant and the victim had bad blood between them. Yes, I've heard of that. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say about Mr. Edgeworth's theory? Edgeworth's theory goes like this, smiley face. When the defendant went to the victim's room, he had no intentions of killing him. Now, up to this point, are there any problems with this theory? Yeah, there's a huge contradiction. Because if he just wanted to talk, he wouldn't have brought the knife. Ugh. Oh, that was way easier than the last one. So now, for argument's sake, let's suppose Mr. Ongard was the killer. If that's the case, I think it's impossible for the killer to have gone to the victim's room without intent. Because he brought the knife. This knife, this was used by Mr. Ongard at dinner. Yes, we did establish that. Which means that if my client was in fact the killer, then he brought this knife with him when he went to visit Mr. Kurita. But I suppose... However, you just said it yourself. At that time, the defendant had no intent to murder. If that were true, then why would he bring a knife? He wouldn't, would he? Huh. Got you on the ropes, Edgeworth. Which means, Mr. Edgy Poo, your theory was flawed from supposition 1. And one more thing while I'm at it. If the murderer was wearing the costume at the time of the murder, then there should be glove marks left on the knife. Glove marks? Okay. Which means the defendant's fingerprints shouldn't be all over the bees on a hive. All over it like bees on a hive. Ooh, boy. Yep, knife was planted just like in Lana Sky's case. Order, I say! Order in the court! Was this knife really planted by the killer? Why would the murderer do such a thing? To frame my Ongard, of course. It's to frame my client, Mr. Ongard, of course. So happy. Dude. Aren't you forcing the interpretation just a little too hard on this one? I don't know, am I? What do you think? But we just established that the witness saw the Nickel Samurai in costume. And if that were true, then there shouldn't be a single fingerprint on the knife. Ugh! Witness! He's mad now. Looks like I made your life a tiny bit more difficult, huh, Edgy? Grrrr. Witness, did you or did you not really see the Nickel Samurai? Well, I guess at first I might have forgotten, but... Are you saying you mixed up Mr. Ongard with the Nickel Samurai? His character on TV? But I mean, I can't really do anything about that. Look, I was waiting around in front of their doors because, well... I wasn't waiting around for the Nickel Samurai, that's for sure. What were you waiting there for? Alright then, who were you waiting around for then? Are she and Lada, like, in this together or something, trying to... Oh, wait! She must be the one who stole the camera, then! And that's how she would have found out about the scandal, and that's why she was there. Dude. I have a feeling that you were waiting for Mr. Wankarita. Am I correct, witness? Oh, dude. If this is not it, then I am gonna bust my balls, because that was way too good a theory to not be it. The way you think you were a sad amateur with a terrible case of nearsightedness. Oh, shoot. Oh, man, I'm on a rush all of a sudden. So Oldbag was waiting around in front of the victim's room, but it doesn't sound like she was waiting to catch a glimpse of Mr. Kurita. Maybe the old bag was waiting around for that person. If it's who I think me is hinting at, it's certainly possible. Miss Oldbag, you were waiting for this person to come out of the victim's room, weren't you? If it's true that she stole the camera, then she would have read about the scandal, and she would be waiting for Adrian Andrews to come out of the room. Oh god, please let this be it. Who is this person? This is Adrian Andrews, Mr. On Guard's manager. But why would the defendant's manager be in the victim's room? It seems that this is the latest rumor in circulation, Your Honor. Thanks for the help, Edgeworth. I see. The judge seems to be really into the article. Well, he must watch a lot of reality TV, that's all can I say. Then this manager with the initials AA, are you saying it's Adrian Andrews? Without a doubt, the witness thought so as well. Looks like you found me out. Dude, oh my god! Oh, ha ha ha! Well, that's fine. I can throw away this whole sworn to confidentiality stuff. What? You were sworn to confidentiality and now you're just gonna... Oh, boy. Yes, you did. You got it from a camera, didn't you? So that's why I was doing my own little investigation. In secret, of course. But what for? Oh, just for myself. Personal reasons and all that. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, how will you proceed from here? I really don't want to do this. However, you totally do. Ugh. He is such a troll, I'm telling you. Oh my god. He totally wants her to come out with this now. I'm sure we're all capable of handling this. Really, it's not like we're 10 years old. Alright, what you got? That On Guard is one evil, evil man. He thought he could ruin poor Juan by causing a huge scandal. So to do that, he sent his own manager to getting close with Juan. I cannot condone such dirty tricks, so I took action. Oh, and this is top secret. You got that? Nobody else but you and me know yet, okay? No, actually, somebody else does know. Oof. What? Nobody's above gossip. And isn't there a saying, the truth is never pleasant? Never heard that one before. Mr. Edgeworth, what about this Adrian Andrews person? We have looked into this matter, and found that the truth the article proposes is in fact baseless gossip. But should this be true, then this proves that the defendant did bear ill will towards the victim. So this means I have to smash this rumor once and for all. Ugh. Be careful, the old bag seems rather excited right now. Don't worry, I got this. Well, as the old saying goes, you gotta burn old bags with fire. I've never heard this old saying. Time to fire up the afterburners and hit the highway to the danger zone. Phoenix, you are crazy? You just went totally Kenny Loggins on everybody here. Wow, she removed her helmet like instantaneously there. Less than one frame of animation. That On Guard is one evil, evil man. He thought he could... Let's just get to the point here. Sent his own manager getting close. Cannot condone the dirty trick, so I took action. Then this is top secret. You got that nobody else knows but you and me yet. Actually, somebody else does know. Present! This evidence... Oh no, wait, what? How exactly are the evidence and the statement just now related? They aren't, are they? Not at all. Crap. I went too fast. Maybe I was supposed to take a step to it. Ah. Okay, I didn't, let me press this first and see what we get. Wait. What? I'm a busy woman. Tea time with the kids is over. Secret information that no one else knows yet. If that's true, then how do you know this is secret information? Huh? Well, that's because I'm a pro. Yes, that's it. You are not. It's a secret. Even if you drill a hole into my brain, you'll never find out. How in the world did that old bat get such a secret piece of information? Press further. If you don't be a good girl and tell me where you got this secret information, you won't get to go home today. Why are you talking to her like that? Oh my god. Edgy boy, what are you doing? Help me. Eh? What do I have to do with this? Just do this for me. You'll get your reward. I don't want a reward, but you don't leave me with much of a choice. Objection! The witness could have gotten their information from anywhere. It's even possible that it was spontaneously made up inside the witness's head. And he lectures me on reckless blabbering. As long as we don't know where this information came from, it's quite a waste of time to focus on this line of questioning. Where did Old Bag get her inside information? Well, she certainly didn't pull it out her ass, but I'll pull this out of my ass. Yeah! Good job, butt. Alright, sounds like just another tidbit of gossip, doesn't it? But you can't just ignore it either. It makes your client look bad either way. Well, I don't think I heard anything really just out of the ordinary just now. There has to be something we can catch her on. Phew, that stinks. I love how there's like a 30-second delay for the smell to travel up to your nostrils. Your nostrils. The nostril is such a funny word. Okay, did we add anything to the thing here? Shoot, oh wait, here we go. Yeah, present evidence, yeah. Present evidence. So no one else is supposed to know this is secret information, correct? If that's true, then why do you know it, Miss Old Bag? Why are you looking at me like that? Stop that! Witness! I'm sad to say it, but this is how you found out the secret, isn't it? Here we go. Let's do it this way. We'll fix it in post. The investigative photographer, a lot of heart. Oh yes, I remember that mischievous girl. She reported that she had lost a certain note that she had written to herself. She reported such a thing? On that piece of paper, she had written down some of her outraged, impressions about the relationship between the victim and Mrs. Andrews. What? Outrageous ideas, you say? No, I said impressions. Then everything written on this piece of paper is completely meaningless. Ah, that's it. That's the note. Ah! No, you see? This is something completely different. This is my top secret list of groceries to buy! Then you were the one who took Miss Hart's note? I'm a huge fan of wands, that's why. That infamous puffy-haired whippersnapper? She's working with that evil on-guard. She said so herself. On-guard, I'm his sidekick. She was so happy, smiling like a silly duck. I was only checking what she had written. Edgy Poo, you believe me, don't you? Nope.